everyone. Myself Likita Sanurada, working for the Department of Commerce, GFGC Elanduru. Herewith, I am assigned for the LMS scheme and working for the topic of organization designs under the International Business third chapter affiliated to University of Mysore. These are all the things that I'm going to cover in this video. The first one is the introduction. Next one is the types of structures in MNCs: process, structure, unit, linear organization, functional structure, divisional structure, hybrid structure, matrix structure, and geographic structure. The first one is, let's go with the introduction. Product structure, as the structure is nothing but the framework where the organization is work for it. And the thing is, the first point is process structure. Process structure is the type of the organization structure describes the employee's activity, what their creations are, and to whom to forward the task that they were assigned. Furthermore, process structure might include activities which are related with the oral transfer or formation or activities that are transferred via electronic communication. The next one is a unit structure. The next structure which is called as a basic types, which is classified in a basic types. It is a unit structure. This concentrate structure shows the tangible structure of the firm. In other words, it shows the classification of the employees, the classification of job and the hierarchy and so on. Unit structure is not considered as significant as a process structure due to that fact the firms planned the process structure in the first place and the unit structure in the second place. Unit structure is famous for its principles in the presence. It's this structure, which is that for every employee there should be at least one supervisor above him or her. The rule principle makes the formation of the structure looking by a pyramid. The next point is linear organization structure. The linear bonds as well as the linear elements constitute the linear structure. Every supervisor has a subordinates, and this makes a beautiful, more beneficial and simple when assigning a task. Although this type of structure is not only in bigger or more complicated organizations. Next one is functional organization structure. This type of structure is derived from a division of labor. It's derived from a division of labor by assigning a task to one employee. The multiple bonds where some subordinates have more than one supervisor who specializes in a particular field, and the main characteristics of this particular type. Here you could say like a functional organization, multinational corporation company uses a corporate function as a basis for its organization structure. Of course, yes, production, human resources, design and development, services are typical for functional units. If a functionally organized company has a centralized structure, all the operations are based on the home country and individual employees have responsibility for the different national markets. The next one is a divisional structure. Divisional structure is like when a functional structure does not satisfy the needs of a firm anymore, then the divisional structure is used. Divisional structure divides the organization structure based on some criteria. For instance, a criteria could be between where the firm conducts business, B2B, B2C, based on the type of customers. This goes like this. So based on the division only, they prepare a structure. Hybrid structure. It is called it as it's a combination of two organization structure, that is a functional and divisional structure. Then this structure is called it as a hybrid structure as a product of the constant evolution of a one organization structure. The next one is a matrix structure. Matrix structure also considered as a flexible structure. A flexible structure is a structure which combines the three aforementioned structures but also adds a new extra element. Furthermore, the matrix structure is basically a staff and line organization structure but in enriched version. Concentrately, the teams consist of the employees and the team leader, and they are constructed in a way to implement and finish the product on time and successfully. The members of the team or employees are from different departments. As a result, they have different supervisors. Having finished the project, the team is dismissed and the employees are automatically turned back to their previous departments, to their previous supervisors. The biggest pros of this structure is there already mentioned flexibility and adaptability to the uprising needs. Teams to be created fast without making radical changes of the organization structure. Herewith we end up the session. Thanks for watching my video. Thank you.